Find the area of the shaded triangle. Okay, why do I want to go through this one with you, right? It's actually because a lot of students, they are unable to use the formula correctly. So I'm going to teach you all right now how to find the area of a triangle. What you learned in school previously, right, should be like this. So they will tell you is half times base times height. Now, actually, this formula is incomplete. The correct formula should, no, not the correct, the full formula should be half times base times perpendicular height. The height needs to be perpendicular to the base. If you just use any height, you'll be wrong. Why do I say that? The wrong version, right, if you just take half times base times height, usually a lot of students, they will, okay, I'm going to take this as the base, and therefore my height is going to be 20. Now, take a look at this. These two lines. Are these two lines perpendicular to each other? Sorry. These two lines are not perpendicular to each other. Therefore, if you were to use half times 20 times 20, you will get the wrong answer. So this should be erased from the mind of all students the moment you hit primary 4 and above. You should be using this half times base times perpendicular height. In this case, how do you find the perpendicular height? This question makes it very simple for you. It just gives you this. This line, which is here, do you see that even though it's not touching here, it's still usable because it is perpendicular. It must always be perpendicular. Now, your base, if I extend your base like this, and then this height, right, is perpendicular. Perpendicular means there's a 90 degrees. Okay? You can only use the height if it's perpendicular to your base. If it's not perpendicular to your base, for example this, you cannot use it. This is not the perpendicular height. This is what we call the slanted height, or at least it's just a slanted side. Okay, it's actually side times side. It's wrong. You cannot do side by side. It is base times perpendicular height. So you have to ensure that your base, if you extend it out, or if your height, if you extend it out, right, there must be a right angle triangle. So there must be a right angle. If there is no right angle, you cannot use it. Please remember this. If there is no right angle, you cannot use that as your perpendicular height. Your answer will definitely be wrong if you're looking for the area of the triangle. Okay, so in this case, it will be half multiplied by 20, which is the base, multiplied by the perpendicular height. In this case, is 12. And this will give us 120 cm squared. Therefore, the option is 1. Okay, so in this case, please remember, it is half times base times perpendicular height and not half times base times any height that you pick. Okay, done.